Today, I want to talk briefly about a group of people who have broken through and seized power in the US and who, in their squirming minds, hold an anti-human ideology. This ideology often manifests through many individuals of different genders and orientations in the form of fanatically religious medieval obscurantism. The same thing, but in a different form, has been happening in Israel to a certain extent for a long time. Who is Netanyahu? A zombie who is being manipulated to draw all Jews into his dark dealings. Well, I'll tell you, the democracy and progress that are presented to the whole world in the form of the Statue of Liberty have long been a ghost. Specifically, this became evident at the beginning of the 21st century, and behind this ghost, what truly hides, no, not even imperialism, but rather, so to speak, a modernized, refined, meticulously crafted Hitlerism. By the way, why did the Epstein files suddenly appear? I came across a link with some ongoing processes on Epstein's island. I didn't even open that link. In general, why not show the Einstein files and let justice and psychiatry deal with the Epstein files? Regarding the Einstein files, I said that figuratively, meaning hidden information from scientists like Einstein, many of whom are possibly no longer alive and who died unnatural deaths. Luca, things like Epstein's files have nothing to do with ideology, nationality, or any family for that matter. They are related to severe and dangerous mental illnesses that often, when they concern members of some influential family, ideology, or anything similar, are used to hook them, as they say, in order to blackmail everyone who had dealings with such sick individuals. And with all of that, those who had dealings with them didn't even have a clue about this fact when they began their cooperation. Why did many keep quiet afterwards? And why were some revealed cases not publicized? It's quite clear, isn't it? To put it figuratively, imagine this. If you were to step out of your house, unexpectedly slip, and land in some foul, unpleasant mud, getting thoroughly soiled, you'd surely turn away from passers-by and quickly go back home to wash up and change. And finally, let me say this, and I'm not speaking to fanatics, nor even to those who can think critically to some degree, but are still heavily influenced by the idols and phantoms of some ideology or religious concept. And in general, I'll tell you, it's best not to get into arguments, especially when it comes to religion, history, the origins of languages, and of course, pseudo-patriotism. The God that was created by various religious currents did not exist, does not exist, and cannot exist. Of course, the first sincere religio-philosophical investigations had much that was correct in their own way, which was reflected in the first true religious books. But still, these are myths that, in a new reality, simply drive people into a state of senility, and, at the same time, contribute to various kinds of deceptions, with the help of which terrible crimes were committed, including those disguised as good deeds. So, who is God? Just examine your own body, and you'll discover a universe within. Think about it. You don't oversee every single cell. Your consciousness doesn't command each organ and each cell, yet every cell by its own design has all it requires. Every organ is perfectly situated, and there are no privileged parts in your body. Each organ is inherently chosen for its role. If, however, a certain chosen cell appears in your body, it is not a cell chosen by you. It is like a disease, and the body begins to get sick, to the point where it can lead to late-stage oncology. And what does such a chosenness lead to in such a critical case? To the death of the organism. But here it must be emphasized that consciousness is immortal, and consciousness will return to where its development stopped, and will make up for what was lost. And if at a certain moment some illness arises, it will be a completely different illness. However, diseases do not arise spontaneously. This implies that an individual experiencing illness is engaging in actions that precipitate their specific condition. Consequently, to a reasonable extent, diseases are also essential, as their absence would preclude progress and refinement